Milpitas in Northern California got the kind of national attention it never wanted when 14-year-old Marcy Renee Conrad's body was found in a ravine near the Calaveras Reservoir on November 5, 1981. But it wasn't that Conrad's body had been assaulted and strangled that got the notice of the papers and TV and Hollywood. It was what happened to her afterwards. Conrad, a 9th grader at Russell Junior High School who filled notebooks with her vivid poetry, skipped her afternoon classes on November 3, 1981. She met up with Anthony Jacques Broussard, a hulking 16-year-old from Milpitas High. Broussard, who went by his middle name, had found his mother dead in the shower when he was a much younger child. His close friends said he seemed a little strange after that, but he was considered harmless despite his size. Broussard was anything but harmless on November afternoon though. He took Conrad back to his house, where he assaulted her and strangled her on the couch. "I was on drugs, LSD," Broussard later claimed, trying to deflect blame. "Marcy had a tendency to mouth off when she was sitting on my lap. Basically what happened, I just grabbed her and she was dead." After killing Conrad, Broussard drove her half-naked corpse into the hills and dumped her in a tree-lined ravine. A day later, he was hanging out with some of his friends in an arcade parking lot. "I just killed Marcy," Broussard boasted. His friends thought he was joking, so Broussard took him to see the body, and after poking Marcy with sticks to make sure she wasn't a mannequin, Broussard's friends didn't tell the cops or their parents. They were stoner kids or rockers. They weren't going to snitch, even though one of them used to date Marcy. Instead, they told more of their friends. "Jackie is a partner of mine," one of Broussard's friends later explained. "He needs help, he's gone wacko, but I won't narc on him." They pulled into cars and drove up the hills to see the dead girl. Marcy's ex-boyfriend even brought along his 8-year-old brother. One girl tore a coveted radio station patch off Marcy's jeans. Another teen covered the body with leaves to help Broussard hide the evidence. These viewings went on for 2 days before someone finally spoke up, setting off a media firestorm fueled by what would be now called hot takes. "I have never seen a group of people act so callous about a death in my 15 years of police work," Sergeant Gary Meeker told the press. The press blamed a pervasive moral decline for the teen's indifference to the murder of a friend. One thing that wasn't blamed was race. Even though Broussard was African American and Conrad was blonde and all white, all of Broussard's friends who kept their mouths shut were also white. It turns out many of the teenagers stayed mum simply because they was afraid of being blamed for the crime. For others, it just took a while to set in. One teen confessed that some visions of Marcy's corpse haunted him during class. Broussard was sentenced to life in prison due to the harsh nature of the crime, sparking off trend in juvenile justice of trying teens as adults. One of Broussard's friends also got 3 years for covering up the body. Just 6 years later, the release of The River's Edge, starring a young Keanu Reeves and Crispin Glover, further soured the people of Milpitas on the media. The movie never should have been made. Then 19-year-old Terry DeHaan, Marcy Conrad's best friend, told director Tim Hunter after a special screening of the film. The hostility towards River's Edge didn't extend much beyond Milpitas. Film reviewers called it the best analytical film about crime since The Onion Fields and In Cold Blood. Broussard is currently serving out his sentence in the state prison. He's been denied parole several times. The 1987 film River's Edge was a film that shocked audiences and critics alike with its depiction of aimless teenagers in a dead-end town. It asks the question, were America's children completely immoral? What did they believe in? And did they believe in anything?